Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres are coming to Pokemon Go raids starting this week. So are you guys ready to make sure you have everything you need to take down these Pokemon, optimize, and know the 100% IVs? We're gonna help you out today in today's raid counter guide. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. The Kanto Raid Trio is coming into raid battles on Thursday, June 6th, all the way until the 13th at 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. So we only have 1 week to be able to get it. But the cool thing is that we're going to have 3 raid bosses going on all at the same time. So if there are any of these Pokemon that you do desire, that you like, that you want to get after, I suggest that you guys do it here. Okay, so with that said, not only that, we have 3 of them going on. I'm going to cover all 3 of them relatively lightly in this video to make sure you guys can optimize, starting off with Articuno. Articuno is going to be an ice and a flying type Pokemon. And multiple of these Pokemon will have a double weakness to rock. One of them will have a single weakness, so make sure to stay tuned so you know exactly what that is. And most of the counters are going to stay the same, including the megas that I'm going to recommend that you guys do use against these Pokemon. So with this Pokemon having a double weakness to rock, it's also going to have single weakness to fire, electric, as well as steel. And as far as the 100% IVs, the level 20 100% IVs, you guys should be familiar with it because we have the Shadow Articuno that has been out. It's going to be 1743, and then it's also going to be weather boosted in 2 conditions: windy weather for the flying, which is going to be all these Pokemon, and then they're going to have a secondary boost. This one is going to be snowy weather because of the ice combination at 2179 at level 25. And according to Pokebattler, the Articuno is going to go down in 1.66 seconds. And before we get into the top counters, let's talk about the mega Pokemon that I would recommend for all of these Pokemon, because you just need one. You don't need multiple of them. This is a very valuable Pokemon for the dual typing, is going to be the Mega Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl is going to be the best because not only is it going to be a rock type, it's also going to be a flying type. So the flying type is going to get you extra XL candy if you have it at a Mega level 3 for all of these Pokemon. So that's very valuable in itself. And not only that, it's also going to be a rock type. Even though it's flying type, which makes it vulnerable to a lot of these Pokemon, the rock type is going to help you go after it. So you can use it as an attacker, even though it'll be a little glassy. That's okay. It will also yield you that XL candy, which is most important for me when I'm talking to you guys about these raids. Unless you're one of those few people out here that want to take down these Pokemon very quickly or have a very small raid party, which obviously is okay at the same time, but this Aerodactyl will also do that for you here as well. So the number 1 counter, which is not out yet, which does come in the month of July, is going to be Mega Tyranitar. I can't wait to see that Pokemon coming very soon. In the second spot, like I talked about, is going to be the Mega Aerodactyl. Great Pokemon here. In spot number 3, we're going to have Shadow Tyranitar. Shadow Tyranitar with Smackdown, which is going to be the Calm Day move, so you will need an elite charge TM on that Pokemon unless you save it for the end of the year with your Shadow Tyranitar and then evolve it during the Calm Day wrap-up, which will help you get that move for free if you can be patient for it, which I suggest you guys do. In spot number 4, we are going to use the Rampardos with Smackdown and Rock Slide. This Pokemon is a budget counter, very easy to acquire from the past. As of right now, it is not so easy to acquire, but it has been available to us in multiple events. It will come available again in events, and it's a very, very good but glassy Pokemon here. Then we have Shadow Aggron coming in spot number 5. I suggest you guys don't really go after that Pokemon because it is going to be expensive to power up. It is a budget counter, but there are better Pokemon in here, such as Rampardos. You don't even have to go. You can get a lucky one. You can power it up for so much less Stardust. And then we have in the next spot another great budget counter, which I absolutely love. It's going to be the Rhyperior. Rhyperior will have weaknesses to ice, but at the same time, not really that big of a deal. Smackdown and Rock Wrecker, but Rock Wrecker will be the Calm Day move that is going to be on this Pokemon, so that one will require an Elite TM in the charge form, but I do anticipate that at some point we will be getting the Rhyhorn throwback Calm Day coming up soon. In spot number 7, we're going to have Smackdown and Rock Slide on Terrakion, followed by the Shadow Omastar in spot number 8. Alright, so now let's move into the second Pokemon, which is going to be Zapdos. And if you guys didn't know, a cool fact about these Pokemon, Articuno, uno at the end is going to be 1 in Spanish, dos for Zapdos is going to be 2 in Spanish, and Trace for Moltres is going to be 3 in Spanish, and that's the order in sequence that they are in the Pokedex. Zapdos is going to be the one exception that is not going to have a double weakness here. This Pokemon is going to be electric and flying combination, and its weaknesses are only going to be 2 things, which is going to be rock as well as ice. So it actually is not going to be weak to electric. It's going to be neutral to electric because of the cancellation of electric resisting electric. And this Pokemon will have a 100% IV of 2015, and it's also going to be weather boosted in windy weather for the common one and rainy weather for the electricity, and that's going to be level 25 at 2519. And for level 40 counters, it's going to take 2.12 trainers to take down the Zapdos. So it is dual duoable if you have Pokemon powered up to level 50. Make sure you do have the right Pokemon. Remember, my recommendation here is going to be, once again, Mega Aerodactyl for the Mega. It's going to be an easy one to run throughout the entire week when you guys are going here. And the only problem with the Aerodactyl is that it is going to be weak to electricity. However, our top counters are going to be spot number 1, Shadow Mamoswine with Powder Snow as well as Avalanche. This Pokemon is extremely strong. You can also go with the regular Mamoswine, even though it is not in the top 10. In spot number 2, Mega Tyranitar, not out yet. In spot number 3, we have Smackdown and Stone Edge on the Tyranitar in the Shadow form. And then in spot number 4, we are going to have Rhyperior with Smackdown and Rock Wrecker. In spot number 5, we're going to have Psycho Cut and Ice Beam on the Shadow Mewtwo. In spot number 6, we're going to have Smackdown and Rock Slide on the Rampardos. So using Rampardos, Rhyperior are going to be great ways to keep your party consistent throughout with that Mega Aerodactyl in there. In spot number 7 is going to be the Mega Aerodactyl. The reason why it's a little further down is because it is going to be weak to electricity. And then in spot number 8, we have Tyrantrum with Rock Throw and Meteor Beam. The only thing about this Pokemon is I do at some point think that it will have a Calm Day. So if you want to wait for that, I suggest you guys do so because this Pokemon is a little bit rarer in Pokemon Go coming from Tyrunt. Alright, and that is going to lead us into our last Pokemon, which is going to be Moltres, which is going to be a flying and a fire type Pokemon. This Pokemon is going to have the double weakness to rock because of the flying, 1-time weak to rock, and fire, 1-time weak to rock. It will also be weak to water as well as electric. And then as far as the 100% IVs at level 20 non-weather boosted, it will be 1980, or if it is going to be weather boosted under the common windy weather or the sunny weather on this one, 2475 at level 25. And as far as the Moltres, it will take 1.3 trainers to take down this Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Okay, so number 1 counter once again is Mega Tyranitar. Not out yet, but man, look at how strong this Pokemon is in all of these Mega comparisons. Even compared to the Aerodactyl, it is taking over the top spot in the rock category, which is very exciting. Spot number 2, we are going to have the Mega Aerodactyl because of the rock double weakness. In spot number 3, Shadow Tyranitar. In spot number 4, the Rampardos again. Pretty much the exact same counters as the Articuno so far. In spot number 5, Smackdown and Rock Wrecker on the Rhyperior. In spot number 6, we're going to have the Tyrantrum. In spot number 7, we are going to have the Terrakion. And then in spot number 8, we're going to have the Shadow Aerodactyl. Okay, so as far as these Pokemon goes, very, very easy party to go after. Great, easy budget counters to be able to use with the Rampardos as well as the Rhyperior, having the Mega Aerodactyl, which is also a budget Mega as well. So we have it set up for us. Make sure to get out there. You can duo all these, especially if you have Pokemon powered up past level 40 in Pokemon Go, and make sure to enjoy yourself and get a lot of XL candy if you do need it for any of these Pokemon. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, participation to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.